Gina and I.
I think the last quote I saw, they Leslie's had given a quote to tear that down, so $100 and some $1,000.
Let's start a room so they get more camping.
Or the
State law requires this body to announce at this time that a copy of the current Open Meetings Act is available at the back of the room for accessible to the public. Art,
Yes, here. Sorry.
Warren,
Here.
It's usually Gina first.
Skipper,
Here.
Ben Johnson.
Present.
All rise for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item 1, consent agenda. Approve this agenda and pay claims as submitted.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Ben and Trent.
Art,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Skipper,
Yes.
Ben Johnson,
Yes.
Mayor Whitworth.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can't approve the minutes.
This is
Or
true.
not.
You can.
No,
So we'll just skip.
yeah, you can,
We'll skip item agenda 2.
Carry over.
Carry over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Carryovers. And item agenda 3, public forum. I see nobody, so we'll close that. We'll go right into public or open discussion. Dane, tonight,
I don't have anything, thank you very much.
Chris?
We're doing the bid opening for the electric project on May 20th. And then we will bring that to the council on the 3rd of June for approval of the contract.
Okay.
And that's for the ring bus upgrade.
Okay.
That's all I got for right now.
All right. Chief?
Next week, next Tuesday, we have Police Memorial Day at Trinity Church at 11. Or, yeah, it's okay.
Are you sure?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Corey?
Nothing, Chief and I were just talking, and Corey had pulled me aside, just when I ran into him at the courthouse, the other Corey, about transitional housing. I have my concerns, Chief and I were just talking about it, and I'm attending a meeting, I guess he attended a meeting today with them. We'll keep you apprised of what we learned from that meeting, but
That will be on the,
Planning Commission.
Planning Commission Thursday night. is
This
that right?
Thursday.
Yeah, that'll be on the Planning Commission this Thursday, so. Yeah.
yeah, I'm meeting with him on Thursday, so.
Okay, all right. Okay. Anything else?
that's
Shannon?
I just had a question if like a skate park has ever been talked about at the North Park before, or South Park.
Not since I've been here.
No one's ever brought it up. Okay. I've had some kids approach me that I know, that are friends of my daughter's, and they were really trying to tell me how much they would like a skate park. So I don't know what that all takes, but
We're gonna look into it.
look into something.
It was brought up to the council, I think my first year, so probably about 6 years ago-ish, and nobody was for it. It seemed like too much of a hassle at the time, but there's been quite a few other communities that have put them in, so I think that insurance isn't as big of a deal as what it used to be.
Yeah,
That was a big
municipalities meeting. They're like, as long as you have a posted sign at the gate, that the city is not responsible for accidents,
Accidents or injuries.
then
Which we should probably have anyway.
they're not.
Well, as long as
the
you're not
city's
charging a fee, the key there is we're not charging a fee for any usage,
Right.
then our liability is limited.
Yeah. And at that time, they were looking at putting it in at the Memorial Park.
Okay.
But there was a lot of people that weren't even interested, but, yeah, I've also had a lot of people ask me about it too.
Something to look into. Okay. See what costs.
You want me to look into the liability, or do you know all that?
I'm pretty sure of what that is, so yeah, we should be good there.
That's all for me.
Stacy?
I don't know either.
Oh, it's along the same lines. I'd asked Lance a while back when you were gone. Do we have any plans for making the Memorial Park, upgrading the equipment there, the playgrounds, getting rid of the gravel, maybe some chips or something?
Like some rubber shredded rubber.
Yeah.
Excuse me, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like
Mm-hmm.
us to look into that because it's been due for quite a while.
Yeah, that needs to come out and then go back to the shredded rubber with the border or something along there. Mhm.
So that's all I got. I'd appreciate it if you look into it.
Sure.
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
I forgot about this. One of those big jumping pillows. You ever seen, you know what I'm talking about? I don't think those are all that expensive or anything, not much maintenance. I think that would be kind of cool to have for kids.
The inflatable one?
Yeah.
The one that goes in the ground, like?
Yeah.
My only concern about that would be vandalism, because it'd only take one kid to ruin it for everybody real quick.
That's
Or non-kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
One person.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a question, I heard, this is for the chief, I guess. I heard rumor that we have another officer that is leaving our force for the,
Yes, Dylan Carmichael, his last day is the 17th.
so I know we've had a few of these instances. What are we doing to help combat this? I mean, everybody's complaining about the hours. It just seems to be why everybody's,
Yeah, I mean, I can't fix the hours.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
well,
So, we try to work on a good schedule where they get weekends off or every other weekend or something along those lines. Sometimes it's just not a good fit for them with us, and maybe a better fit next door or whatever. So, which I don't know. That's the best I can tell you. We try to work with them on scheduling and stuff like that, but I can't. I have to have people work night shifts, and it's usually the new ones that's kind of their responsibility.
and I get that. I'm just curious because I've heard a lot of complaints about not just working the night shift, but working the night shift and then immediately getting swapped into the day shift.
That doesn't happen anymore.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No. We like when I was an officer, we had there were weeks I worked
I remember.
every shift imaginable a week.
Yeah.
So no, we have a sign up sheet where you either work nights or you're working days or in between. So
Very good.
Yep.
And then also just a question, are we still pushing the engine braking?
yep. In fact, I just stopped at that the other day.
Good.
So yeah.
I just drove by one of our officers in passing an hour ago. And the tractor trailer in front of me,
Did it?
right in front of me, hit his engine brake and right at the officer's face as he was going the other direction. Right on the truck.
But I don't know if he's on a call,
So,
but I've addressed it with him several times, and several of them do make that traffic stop. So
hope they keep it up.
oh yeah.
You brought up the point once before, and I didn't want you to think we'd forgotten about it. I did look up other counties or cities that had ordinances about noise violations.
Right.
Chief and I talked about it, and the only one I could find was Omaha. And it is so complicated and difficult to enforce.
Oh, for the loud exhaust systems.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're using decibel meters,
Okay.
which I don't think is really practical for us.
Okay.
I mean, I think what Chief and I talked about doing is, trying to use our existing statutes and ordinances to, at least warn people, and if they don't follow through, then we could get them for, maybe some type of disorderly conduct or some other violation, disturbing the peace, already. So it might be a lot easier for us, because it looks I mean, the Omaha City ordinance that I found is like 5 pages long. I just think it overcomplicates an ordinance violation, so. I think we got sufficient resources now where we can maybe start addressing those if they're a problem.
Yeah, just going back to that other point, the only reason I would go from nights to days is if he's changing shifts.
Of his own accord.
Right, because they bid shifts, so it's all through seniority and whatnot.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They have the prerogative, it's their
Right.
choice.
And we're having the same problem with the sheriff's department,
Sure.
getting people to work night shifts.
Sure, well, I'm sure. Yeah. Actually, that's probably the shift I would want.
Used to be for me, but
It used to be for most officers
Yeah.
until they, started having families, because
Yeah.
that's where all the action was, so.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. Well, thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
And just to clarify, Corey, so do we currently have an ordinance for quiet time, like 10 to 7 or something?
No,
We have nothing?
no. Except
So an
for,
ordinance,
there's an ordinance about, I thought, for
Disorder.
like a disorderly house.
And disturbing the peace.
Right.
Disturbing disorderly conduct, disorderly house, or being an inmate of a disorderly house. And so like we had a lot of party houses back in the day, and we go cite them for, no, I'm just kidding.
The party houses and the loud music, I think, are covered by those, but there isn't necessarily something that's, quiet time, like lawnmowers and things like that. I mean,
I always tell people, if it's bothering you, call us, because that's a problem.
And it can also fall underneath the general nuisance violation, because that is, that ordinance is written as anything that's offensive to the visual, to the sound. If you hear it, see it,
Right.
Smell it.
Smell it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it can also go to general nuisance.
so we got enough stuff in place to cover it.
Right.
We don't need to create something else to cover this stuff.
So we have we just have to exercise what we have. Do what we can do with what we got. Thank you for that, Corey.
Anything else? I have nothing for tonight. Let's call it a meeting.
Oh.